Yeah,
live.
baby. Greetings and happy Sunday. Yeah, we blessing it and blessing it on this day. And we coming to you live because I think it's so important today, specifically because we need to understand what is the solutions.
Mm,
Inflation is high, bread is costing and eggs are costing too much, and minimum wage no longer could pay for your daily goods.
mm.
So I want to introduce us. We are BK Crypto and Stacks, and we're here to basically give you the right information of how to navigate through this world and transferring into the BK Crypto Stack Bitcoin evolution, right?
Yeah, talking about the solar eclipse coming on Monday. We might as well
Right?
start talking about solutions to the future that is about to happen. But it's a major event.
Major. So
Major.
with that, it's important that we equip you with the right tools. But before we start this, we want to get you into the clip of the things that people are actually saying, and maybe you could connect with them because I know, even though I'm in the crypto world, inflation is real, and I'm not getting paid anymore.
And for those of us that all we do is talk about Bitcoin, 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 and folks still don't get it. Maybe after this video they'll start starting to understand why we need a solution to Bitcoin and why crypto is here to attempt to solve some other problems in the space. Because I don't think Bitcoin was intended to solve everything, you know. So yeah, let's go ahead and share the video. All right, yo. This is funny, but at the same time not funny. Let's go.
Somebody explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make
Ah, sorry, guys. I had to laugh so bad. Except someone please explain to me in crayon eating terms. That means like babies eating crayons, man.
Oh God, no.
If you have kids, man, you're probably familiar with kids eating pencils and crayons. So I kind of chuckle at that one.
over 3 times the federal minimum wage, and I cannot afford to live. And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys. That should not be our standard. I am so fucking tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them fucking us over. When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800.
Whew. I know we're gonna finish the video, but I just wanted to cut and we can talk about this phase because the intent again, like RB just mentioned, is that we want you guys to recognize that this problem really exists. And if it's affecting people in this community, I'm sure it's affecting a lot of people in our community, probably even worse.
Mhm.
What do you guys have to say?
Heck, I wish rented where I live was only 18 or $2,200. That would make things a lot easier. I will say that. Let's double that actually, for a 1 bedroom. Mhm.
No,
Like,
I
let
mean,
me-
I'm just like, it's horrible.
we in New York.
It's
I think you're
horrible.
MD, and honestly, when you think about the cost of anything is going up, I think some of the solutions that people are actually looking into seriously
Mhm.
is leaving America.
Mhm.
I mean, not that be for everyone, but a lot of people are kind of they want their dollars
To go farther.
to go further,
They're
right?
looking at other options. So more and more people, especially those who are approaching retirement, are looking at ways to reduce their spending
Yeah.
because our incomes never rate rise with inflation. So we have to find other ways to sustain ourselves as we head into retirement.
100%.
Mhm.
yeah,
And
it does.
go ahead.
Go Yeah, I think it doesn't help, especially with the whole situation with the Federal Reserve saying they're gonna hold on to the federal rates
Mhm.
until they can tame inflation.
Right.
Inflation that they are causing with the constant printing of money, they cannot tame inflation. That is the problem. But yeah, like you guys are saying, the solution is there in a way,
Mhm.
and we can sit around social media and complain about it, But part of the solution is maybe us exiting the system and adopting Bitcoin because it's anti-inflammatory. You can't just print it anyhow.
It's adoptable as well.
Yep.
When you think about, do you recall when he said, what makes something, what is the characteristics of money, right?
Mhm.
Do you recall, and what makes Bitcoin valuable in that reference, where it's a fair of money, it's exchange of goods and services. And so most people are like, well, what is Bitcoin? But it's in reference, it's an equivalent to money, right? Because it is adoptable, it is fungible. What are some other characteristics of money? Because I know it's durable.
True.
Yeah. What other characteristics do you recall of money?
I
Remember?
mean, you have sats, right? So it can be is divisible,
Divisible
Divisible. Yep. Thank you. Divisible.
and
it's secure,
portable.
It's portable. And
it's
it's portable.
yeah, it's portable. Way portable than gold. We all know that.
Correct.
You can carry
Exactly.
it around.
Exactly.
This one you
Um,
literally put it in the digital software and you can carry it anywhere you want.
Right.
and you can make payments. And then and then the biggest thing too, let's be honest, it's a limited supply. You know, your government can't keep just printing the money printer.
And that's probably the most important aspect of Bitcoin because there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin.
Yep.
Mhm.
But it was saying that in this video that its parents when they were much younger they could live by themselves. That's
Right.
we would assume that's probably the 70s or the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
100%.
even though inflation was high, it wasn't as bad as what it is here. The
Mhm.
Federal Reserve was taming it at 2%.
Mhm.
But I guess the fact is once you go over 2%, man, the pain just comes and people start feeling it. Which tells us that the whole thing is a Ponzi scheme if you have to try to tame it at 2%.
Right. Everything's a Ponzi scheme, but who's getting richer again?
Exactly.
Right? It's the feds,
Well,
the
then
government.
you also have the government sending, I think this gentleman maybe mentions it, the government sending, millions and millions of dollars over to another country. And this gentleman in this video, he mentions that. I'd like for you to hear what he says about it, though. So,
100%.
Let's go ahead and
Let's
play.
go.
Mhm.
2-bedroom apartment, $2,200. Who the fuck can afford that?
Excuse the
It is
language.
embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now. But I know so many people are struggling. And do not get me started on what my grandparents were doing. They $3,000 house. And yes, I understand inflation and all of the bullshit that they have been pulling with the Fed. Why are we allowing it?
Exactly.
Why?
With the
And
IRS
then
too.
I clock out of my shift. I am tired. I have to go home. And I check the news. Another 60 fucking billion to a country nobody can point out on a map.
The guy is pissed,
What are we
man.
doing? Where has the plot gone? We have lost it, folks. We have fucking lost it. The American dream is dead. It is over. Gone and forgotten.
I like
Summed
to
it up.
it summed it up. And I want to play devil's advocate as we evolve, as we get older and see real life.
Yeah.
Was it ever really American dream, or were we just slighted? Right? Because I know a lot of Caribbean cultural people have come here, and let me tell you, the first thing they say, "Y'all don't own your house."
That's a hot topic. That's a hot topic. That's a hot topic.
Okay, so I'm just saying, was the American dream really American dream? And what does that really mean as an individual?
So, whoo, that's a tough one. Okay.
Okay.
So, as you can see with the immigration situation going on right now, people that are letting through the borders,
Mhm.
those of like I will still say I'm still baby American. Like I came in my teens, right?
Mhm.
And the pitch was yes, the American dream. The same pitch that they're giving to the immigrants, also called illegal immigrants that are coming into the country now, is that everything is great in America or is great in Canada, right? Is that we do not know those that are just coming in, that they're using us as a tool to get votes. They're using us as tools to get cheaper labor.
Mhm.
They're using us as tools to push the economy, to get loans, to get in debt, to make the system work for them, to get lower, cheaper labor. But that was the American dream that they sold us. And for many foreigners, that is a dream because in their country it's
Right.
horrible,
Right.
badly run. But guess what? That bad leadership in their country is probably not their fault. It's probably America's fault as well because we're instigating and messing up their government so that we can take their resources for free, while taking their human resources, bringing them here, selling them the dream, and then using them as a tool.
Mhm.
But what is the, you know what, good point, but also what is the percentage of people that's coming here and we think it's American dream, but they're really, their big dream is to go back home. So they already been focused and say, I'm going to come here because I know that the way America works, it doesn't work the same way systematically in my country. I'm going to come here, I'm going to work, I'm going to get some benefits, I'm going to save my money, I can get my credit, and I'm going to go back home.
That's happening more and more these days, but I'd say in the late 80s, 90s, more and more people would like come and just stay. But I'd say at least in the last 10 years,
I think
possibly
there's been a
more,
big change.
more and more people, more and more people, foreigners have been deciding to go back to their country. Maybe not immediately after their studies, but many of them
Yep.
more and more are going back to build up their countries. And ideally, that's the best case scenario.
100%.
Really.
I think honestly, when you talk about even what's the solution, I think that with any solution is understanding the system that you're in. I think
Yeah. Knowledge of the
okay,
solution.
it's a knowledge, it's educating yourself, because it's not so much about being victimized about the country that you live in. It's about understanding the country you live in and what systems allow it to work to based on your benefits and what you want to create for yourself and your family. And I think for us, we can definitely bring down some solutions to that and understanding it, right? When we talk about finance, first of all, financial literacy. Understand finances, understand the basic budgeting, understand your expenses, your day-to-day expenses, right? I always say to my clients, go to YouTube University. It is everything.
But YouTube has been shadow banning and pitching fiat like no man's business. Now
I don't think it's a fiat so much. I'm not so. I
I
think it depends on what, and I definitely want you to continue. It's not so much the fiat. It's the foundation of financial literacy, because when you understand the basic foundation, you can use any monetary
yes, whatever.
you know what
to
I'm
get
saying,
it.
right? Whatever, to the basis of financial literacy.
Mm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because much of this is not taught in schools. Much of us just kind of grow up and you become conspicuous consumers, and you just kind of go into debt, and much of American society goes into debt with college being the first thing. It's just, really, they just indoctrinate us. I did, and heck, I worked hard to get that paid off, but I know people in their 40s and 50s who haven't paid their student loan debts because, it's very difficult to do so when you want to live comfortably, travel a little bit, like just do what some people consider to be normal things, because the salaries don't substantiate one's ability to save and invest and live and have children. And it's just like you can't do it all. Most of society. There's always people, of course, who have more money.
I really believe that solving these problems of inflation, of foreigners, people that came here legally versus people that didn't come here legally, trying to figure out if the American dream really did exist, we have to dig deeply into the root of the problem. That was something you mentioned there earlier, RB, about when the foreigners come into the country, right? Lately, they've not been staying like they used to. They just make money in the system and go out. Do we think that the old push for us making the US dollar the global reserve system, therefore depreciating or killing other currencies, is what's making people come here because the dollar is a lot more valuable? And when you take it back to your country, it has more value. You have more resources, more healthy food, more fresh air, more beautiful scenery. But you come here and you struggle really hard, work 2, 3 jobs for 10 years, then go back home because of the currency has more value.
Yeah,
Right,
so people can get their
100%.
foundation. It's understandable because here, the reality is that yes, the US dollar is the world reserve currency, but it is still, but all these currencies operate in the same way. So it may be the best of a bad bag of chips.
Right.
So the solution for the immigrants, is it that they stay in their country and they fix their country, or they do exactly what they're doing now, which is come here, come to that where that global world reserve currency is, right?
Mhm.
bust your tail, and then go back and maximize the usage in your country.
I think everyone's situation is different and people need to make that decision for themselves. But, a lot of people can benefit from coming here and stacking some money. But what foreigners need to understand is that the roads are not lined in gold, money is not growing on trees. Being here and earning money when you are not a highly skilled individual is going to be extremely difficult because things are not cheap. It's like in most places, people are not growing food on trees and so forth. So you have to go and purchase stuff at
As a matter of
stores.
fact, it's illegal in a lot of places, which is kind of weird.
Exactly, exactly. So it's like so living off the land isn't really a viable solution for most people. So it's going to be expensive. That's something that I see that I've seen a few exposés on people who have come here recently illegally, and many of them are leaving New York because they're like, oh my God, it's so expensive here, and I can't. They can't find work and everything.
Yep.
As you know, the system. They can't. And so, but they're realizing that it's not as difficult it's not as easy as they had hoped it would be.
100%.
Because maybe they're skilled in some way, but you know,
Yeah, and it's not a one-sided picture because
yeah.
I honestly do believe that legal or illegal immigrants impact the citizens of the current countries that they're moving into.
100%. There's pros and
True,
cons to
true.
everything. You have to
Right.
figure out where you are though when it comes to what you're trying to build. I think the other side of it too is understanding what you want to create, right? America, like anything else, has its perks. But also while you're here, I think what also helps as a solution is cooperative economics. I think that you don't have to struggle. I think that when you start building with a team or community or family, as a lot of cultures have done coming here, you've seen them live prosperous. And prosperous doesn't mean a big house. It means that they have, right? Meaning that food's on the table. Maybe they're buying property because they stuck in a house for maybe a year or 2 years together and it helped everyone else get a house. It's planned strategically. I think America's dream has created this individualism where I think when people coming from other countries understand the value of cooperative community, cooperative economics.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference. I think especially the time now we're in, a lot of people are actually seeing that. I mean, it's not even so much about family anymore. It's about friends connecting and saying, we want a more fruitful life. How do we come together and create that? And I also think that crypto helps in that as well to hedge against inflation. People are investing together as well.
Yes, I think that's. Let me use this opportunity, now that you're talking about that, to share this with everybody. Because we are here and we're focused about solutions in the community. And we've created this BK coaching community hub where we help with exactly what you're saying there. And I have to say, before the 60s, before so-called the Black independence in America, we had successful Black communities that were doing a lot better because of the mindset of community, right? We had Oklahoma City, where we had a lot of successful Black businesses. We have a lot of them in the South, and then we have a lot of them up here, up east as well. That sense of community has been long gone and removed, right? Either through the financial system. We saw what happened with the real estate situation, right? Making sure that your neighborhoods, the properties don't appreciate, not giving Black men jobs, put a lot more Black men in prison. And the issue has always been finance. But finance is changing. Hence why we have BK Crypto, right? To teach you guys that as finance changes, there is this community that can teach you, educate you, to avoid you from falling for those rug pulls, from those extreme meme coins that would destroy your portfolio, to get you to better understand Bitcoin. And that's just why we have BK Crypto. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you just did a really good job.
Yes, you did, Kenny. Stacking those stacks.
Exactly.
We'll show you how to stack stacks.
Exactly.
No.
Okay, so BK Crypto has joined forces with Stack in order to educate you on cryptocurrencies, and for those of you who are interested in trading. And then we also have financial soul healing sessions with our Rashona here. So if you're having any difficulties or blockages, especially trying to figure out why is it that you can't seem to overcome any obstacles that are in your life. Things may have happened in your childhood that you need to overcome. Rashona is the girl. There are so many people who are receiving enlightenment from sessions with Rashona. As a matter of fact, there is a workshop coming up on April 20th. It's a morning workshop, and anybody out there in the world can come because it's a virtual event. So it's I believe 9:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so New York time, and all are welcome. So you can either, you know what, I think that we'll probably put a link to this below the video, because I don't know that you'll be able to. I mean, the QR code is scannable if you can see it in its entirety, but if you can't, there will be a link to the video, and you can find this event on Eventbrite. So unveiling financial resilience. Oh, and Rashona, here I'm sitting here talking about this, but Rashona is your girl for that.
Yes, it's all good.
Is this the Eventbrite link?
No,
It's two different
There's
events.
two different events.
So the first one definitely, and of course you didn't want to put it on, is yes, it's basically that, it's really understanding that if we are here to help you wholesomely, right, as a community to build wealth, there are financial blockages, and some of those blockages are beyond financial. Some of those are trauma that happened in your childhood. Sometimes it's past lives, sometimes it's ancestral. And so for us, BK Crypto and Stack, we like to approach things in a holistic way and get to the root so that we can really build on a strong foundation. It is so important as a community that we do, so it's everlasting and we're building legacy. And so again, we welcome you to this event. It's going to be 420, and those who can't make it, you can still purchase your ticket and get a recording as well. Mm-hmm. And then we have another event coming up that is amazing. Mm-hmm. Stacks, flip it.
To mine or not to mine? That is the question. So many people have been wondering about mining Bitcoin and or other coins.
It's a solution.
Exactly. Because, you can have it working for you in the background. So we're going to have a gentleman talking about the pros and cons of mining cryptocurrency and the how-tos, pros, cons, and how-tos of mining. And so you might want to join us for that. That event is taking place next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we hope that you will join us there. Again, that event, you can find it on Eventbrite as well. So go to Eventbrite and look us up, BK Crypto, or visit us on BK Crypto Coach, and we can help you out there too.
And another one, because we have gifts today, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Bitcoin blessings. Bitcoin and blessings, right? And blessings. Mm-hmm. So again, we're talking about solutions. It's about how do you become sovereign? How do you become your own bank? How do you sustain? Well, guess what? Stack is stacking, and we're teaching trading, because it's nothing like really understanding the market and to be able to make your own money. So when you understand the candles, you understand how the movements and patterns move, and I'll let Stacks get into it, but it's a skill set that I realized that I needed to learn like 3 years ago. Because even if I'm working a 9 to 5, I can still in my own time, no matter what market it is, I can always make the right moves and the right investments. So Stack, bring it in.
Yeah. So like we've said, there is a lot of problem in this world, and the sense of community is critical. This is why we've partnered together to start getting people to start working together, and we are working together to help you guys solve the problem of money. Money is currency. Money could be currency, or it's a type of currency. It flows, and like Warren Buffett will say, because we don't really like Warren Buffett that much, but hey, it says.
Oh my goodness. I didn't say it. Speaking for himself.
I didn't say it.
I don't like him that much. What it took him to make his money is not going to be the same way I'm going to make my money.
Good point.
He's been right on several things, though. It says that, until you're able to allow or enable your money to make money for you while you sleep, you're not making any money. And that's what we do at Stack, is that we teach you that now that you've worked hard for your money, And so that you're not having to work three times for your money, which a lot of people do because of inflation and taxes, we teach you how to take that money that you've worked so hard for and let it go make money for you. And that's true trading. And I have to say, I realized this much later in my career, which I
Yes, me
should
too.
have, because I did knew other friends in high school and college that were already trading the markets, and I was like, "Oh, why you gambling?" Well,
Oh,
somebody taught them earlier in their career, in their life,
Right.
that money has to make money. You don't always have to be the one making money. And
mhm.
you're like, hey, you're driving a Mercedes Benz and you're still a college student. That's why.
Yeah,
But
it's getting
that
to
is
the
what
Well,
we have
I
to
mean, Roman noodles.
ramen.
Oh, ramen, right? Ramen noodles and spinach. Save my money making investments.
Yeah,
yeah.
and as 007 was saying, the important aspect is to have your money make money for you. Don't exchange your time for money. Get to the point where your money is making money for you. That's what's
Mhm.
important. Go. That's true wealth.
That's
Yep.
another solution.
And, and
Banger.
and that is a critical solution I think the community needs. The community that I grew up in, that I know of, all we've been taught is work hard, get the best education, and life is gonna be great. But what we saw from that video that that little kid is showing us, it was that it does not matter how hard you work.
Hmm.
Inflation is coming after you. Federal Reserve is gonna do whatever they want to do. IRS is going to do whatever they want to do with taxes. You only have control of what you can control, and part of what you can control is your money.
Yes, you are the solution.
Yeah. So, while we close up here, I want to use this opportunity to talk about the services that you guys mentioned earlier. Talk about BK Crypto. Talk about what we do at Stack, and just get people to realize that community is the solution.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. You've seen
Like
that around the world. I mean, it's
This
been
is true.
proven.
This is true.
you
So,
can't we can't fix this problem by ourselves. We
mhm.
know the problem is finance. The problem is money. Because at the end of the day, you can eat, it's money. You can go where you want to go, it's money. You can travel, it's money. You're sick, you can, everything goes back to money. So what we're trying to do here is put together a community of knowledgeable people that can educate you. So we have here a BK crypto coaching group, right? And what we do is this. By the way, there's a lot of free services. We just One of them is just getting your free introductory coaching classes. There's also a free financial soul healing 15-minute class session that you can go to with RB. And the whole goal is this: some people's money problem is not that they can't make money. Some people are just, I don't, what do we
Not
call it?
good with money.
Spiritually.
I think some of the problems that they can't, from I've seen in my perspective, is as a counselor in a day, they can't sustain it. I think also it's understanding their characteristics around money. Some people,
Mhm,
because of their trauma, they spend and they spend, and to understand that connection. Some of them are oversavers. Yeah, that's a thing. And some people are avoiders. I think we
mhm.
really understand the connection. Then, therefore, there's a start for you to start healing to actually build. And sometimes you might not be good with money, but you might know how to manifest it, and you might need a professional to help to assist you.
Yep. And
It's
that's
understanding how you're made, and it's okay. There's no shaming, there's no blaming, but
mhm.
understand how you function and what are the challenges between you and your financial history.
Yep. And that's what RB does. She helps us. She helps you through that healing process or that identification process. Right. We also have the Bitcoin consultation class. We believe that Bitcoin is the answer to some of this,
Yep.
a lot of this inflationary or money stealing schemes. The ability for you
Mhm.
to store your value and not having to spend and spend and spend or work hard and work hard just to catch up. Then there's the individual crypto coaching classes. There's also the trading class, Bitcoin is King class. The classes go on and on and on.
And then
And
community.
Mhm.
yeah, yep. And at Stack, we just keep it simple. We have videos. We have a lot of videos on YouTube educating you using a fun way to educate you about Bitcoin.
Very fun.
Hilarious. My business partner Brazen is not here. He's currently traveling. But we'll find ways to educate you about Bitcoin. We have a Bitcoin consultation class where we can show you how to get Bitcoin for your business working. Also understanding what Bitcoin is. If you do not know what Bitcoin is and for sure you definitely need to know what it is. Of course, there's the trading classes. And by the way, Tim, I'm thinking of taking this away and just making it a free session or some kind of session for BK Crypto members to just come online, join us in our trading classes and learn how to trade.
That's
So
dope.
that is what we're doing there at Stack. And of course, April 14th. This is part of what we offer you on BK Crypto as part of the community. You join the community and we have a monthly program. We have technical analysis on trades. If you want to get into trades, we'll talk to you about what's going on in the crypto space. We'll talk to you about Bitcoin. And one of the major events that we have is coming up this coming Sunday, April
Yes.
14th, 8 to 9 p.m. for members and non-members. You're free to come and join us. And we're going to be talking about Bitcoin mining, crypto mining, what it means, how you can make money off of it, if it makes sense, if it doesn't make sense for you. You can come here and learn. And this is on Eventbrite. This is the link here. Just go there and look for to mine or not to mine. You or not you.
Your business.
Yes, mind your Bitcoin.
And
That's perfect.
Okay.
and talking about solutions. I'm really, really big into solutions. I'm one of those managers that you put on the job and just not take crap. I don't take the job just to take the job. If we ain't solving the problem, forget it. You don't need me there. It's one of the reasons why I like RB, right? So RB talks about the holistic way of fixing our financial issues. Guys, we've talked about, we started this with this video from Nick, right? And Nick just blew it out the window, talking about how everything is screwed up. Well, it could be screwed up all it wants to be screwed up. But RB is here to tell you that there is a solution to that. You can actually control your own space. You can control your own mind. You can control your own money. You can control the way you make money or find ways to make better money given the external impacts out there. So there's a class coming up April 20th, 9:30 in the morning to 11 a.m. It's only $28. Only $28. That thing is worth more than $28. I know that, but she's super nice. She's really cool. Come out there, get your financial soul healing, get yourself on the right path. And yeah, I know I'm sounding like a salesperson, but hey, they say if you cannot sell, you ain't going to make it. We're not going to be rich.
You're just passionate. You're just passionate. Well, this has been a wonderful time again with the BK Crypto Stack family, Bitcoin and blessings, and just understanding that at the end of the day, you are the solution. You are the solution. So tag us, find us on the IG, our social medias page, come into the community, because the more we expand, you can expand around you.
Mhm. Yep, and that's it for us today. We've seen the problems. The problems are all around us. They're freaking us out with the illegal immigrants across the borders. We know that's going to do some impacts. We know what's going on in Israel. We know what's going on in Ukraine. Now we're about to have the Middle East. I know everybody's freaking out. But what you need to focus on is self at this point. Self and community. If we can do that, I think we are going to be on the right path.
Amen. So join us next week for Bitcoin and blessings.
Every Sunday.
Every
Yeah.
Sunday evening. See you next time.